What's up, motherfuckers? It's your boy, Angry Jackalope Raw Bricks. We're doing this in the living room. So, yeah, kind of have to do this. I think if I lean this way, you can see sleeping right there is the primary reason for that. But it is what it is, so we're going to try this out. I haven't done the Angry Jackalope show from the living room, so I'm not sure if I did this shit right. I think I did. I know this is a little bit earlier than we normally do, but I kind of, oh yeah, I see it. I can see it over there. Maybe I'll do this. Make this motherfucker teeny tiny, like that. That way I can still see that. And that is Angry Jack. Yep, that's Angry Jackalope. All right, so as I mentioned, this is the Angry Jackalope Show. And we're doing that motherfucker from my living room. And we'll see. There's a way. Wonder if there is a way for me to reposition shit ever so slightly, so I'm not always staring off to the side, because I'm sure that's going to drive some of you fucking crazy, because I know it would drive me bananas. It would drive me bananas. So I'm going to scoot this guy a little bit like that. I can turn this guy a little bit like this, and then go from there. Oh, you know what? The chat looks really small too. So bear with me while I make some minor modifications here. Let's do this. Properties. And we'll make the width maybe 525. 525. And the height will make it 700. We'll go like that. I hate when Windows does that shit. That scared the fuck out of me. Okay, go like that. It's still not right. Still not right. So we'll make the height 800. And we'll make the... that's a little better. Make the width. Or actually, you know what's even better? We'll do this. We'll do this. Then we'll do... no, I guess that's... nah. Yeah, I guess that's... that'll be alright. I can always make it a wee bit bigger like this. Like that and that. There we go. That's okay. Well, that is perfectly fine. Alright, so we'll do it this way. I'll do it this way. Maybe I can go like this. Maybe I can turn it like that. That way when I'm looking there, it's not so weird. I can angle the microphone like this. Change my chair. More like this. Ah, yes. Much better. Hello there. Alright, so then what I'll do is I'll scoot this bitch like so. And I'll bring my chat back up. Like that. There we go. There we go. Oh, not that damn big. There we go. Apologies for the technical snafus. There we go. Alright, there we go. Cheers. So, what shall we talk about today? Holy shit. So, There's political shit. There's environmental shit. There's snafu shit. And entertainment shit. And then alcohol shit. What would be your guys's... I'll let you guys drive. I'll let you guys dictate to me what we will talk about. Because we're going to do a little bit longer stream today than normal. Just because I wasn't able to do... Wasn't able to do the show last week. And since I was unable to do the show last week and just was not able to pull my head out of my ass to be able to do a show during the week, I figured, fuck it, I will do a little bit longer one. So let's do roll call. Garen. What? Garen Crocagator. I like that. Crocagator. I like that. Actually, I like that much better than Thanalope. Crocagator. I think that's actually pretty fucking funny. So Garen Crocagator, Paula Lucky Lope, Lyra Lope, Backwoods Hickalope, Simicon, what's up, motherfucker? I can't hear you. Music way too loud. I have music playing? Or you have music playing? Let me see. It's not me. I don't think. Yeah, it's nothing coming off my desktop audio. You had me freaking out. I thought I had some music playing. I was going to be like, oh shit, I'm going to get a copyright flag for sure on this motherfucker. So yeah, I'll let you motherfuckers drive. What do you want to talk about? Because I have a couple of things. Like, for example, a good friend of mine, Shane Jensen, got me this for my birthday. And he wanted me to do the unboxing or unbottling or uncorking in this. Oh, fuck, there's a cork in this. Shit. That might make things difficult. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think I have some gear here. We'll see what's what. Oh, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's cool. I like Raiders of the Lost Ark. I just finished my first playthrough on Borderlands 3. And I gotta say, wow. Wow, fucking wow. I mean, like, seriously fucking wow. Like, despite, shortcomings of some aspects of the game, the actual overall get down of the game, like the whole story and the amount that you go through to finalize the game, wow, fucking wow. And now that I'm in the in-game content, again, wow, fucking wow. It's like, oh man, I done fucked up the packaging on this shit. See, I done ripped it. I feel bad now. Oh, that's a nice little touch. Even right here on the cork, they got their branding and stuff. I kind of like that. So I've never had this particular rum before. Never played this before. So let's see. I should probably lower this guy so I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Oh, good. There's enough grip on this for me to... Oh, yeah, that's a rum. Rum de rum rum rum. And I got Coke. So guess what I'm making myself? That's right, people. I'm making myself a little rum and Coke with my... America, motherfucking. Hell yeah, America. Fuck yeah. So pour a little bit. Because before I make a rum and Coke, I actually want to taste it, smell it, give you guys full review here. So this is called Kirk and Sweeney. It's a Dominican rum, 12 years age, 80 proof, which should be mild. Got a very good rum smell to it. The color is fucking awesome. All right, so let's see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so I have a lot of different rums, and I will reference some. Oh, I do like that finish right at the end there. But so you have an understanding. So there's Kraken, which is pretty damn delicious of a rum. Not too terribly expensive, but definitely not super cheap. Then you got Blackheart, which is super cheap, super tasty in the beginning, and then a rack in the end. Like, she just fucks you apart. Like, she just hits you with that. Whoa, you're not even ready for it. Like, you're like, oh, you're so whoa, what the hell just hit me, right? Then you got your Captain Morgans, and then you've got, on the other end of things, you got like your Zacapas, which is a very complex, complicated rum. This is a straightforward rum. It has a little bit of a boom all the way through. And it's kind of funny because with 12 years, 12 years age and everything else, I was expecting, that's my bad. I shouldn't really set expectations. I should just do shit and be like, But sometimes, inadvertently, I'll do an expectation and be like, But so I think what's throwing me is I'm used to Blackheart. Blackheart has like a really sweet, right in the beginning, like very flavorful mouthful. Just, you know what I mean? Like, boom. You gotta be careful. Might be having teeth flying out of my mouth and shit. This one is a very subtle flavor, very soft, and then it hits, it finishes, and then when it finishes, you get this nice kind of warm. What is the flavor? It's like a rum flavor, but there's something else. There's another piece to this that is kind of eluding me. Let me see what it says here. Sugar cane aged in oak. Maybe it's the oakum. Rich mahogany, smooth, capturing compelling range of flavors from earthy sugar cane and dried fruit and vanilla and tasted oak. It's not the vanilla. No, it's not that. I don't know. So, you know what? Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to take a little bit. I'm so used to the camera being there. Take a little bit. I'm going to add just a little. See what it is. Sometimes drinks are better when they're mixed. So, let me see. No. It's not better when it's actually mixed. It's, I don't know. I'm going to have to drink this a little bit and see if it grows on me. Right now, I'm a little disappointed. Sorry, Shane, if you guys are watching this. I'm a little disappointed. I give honest reviews. I'm sorry. It's not a bad rum. It's just not surprising me, if that makes sense to you. Like, it's a rum, but it's not like, oi, I'm a rum with some fucking character to it. You know what I mean? It's like, It's kind of, it's like, it's not bottom, it's not top, it's like right in the middle. It's like a C student coasting along, you know what I mean? Not in the danger zone and not in the excellent zone. It's just kind of like right in the middle. So, yeah, yeah, maybe Dr. Pepper might be good. I mean, you never know. Anyway, let's see what was going on here. Boop, 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 boop. We are actually streaming the same time. Oh, nice. Playing Age Q3D. I'm not sure what that one is. I'm only half there. My other half is kind of dead. LOL. What's up, Ryan? Been helping my parents move. Oh, that sucks. Moving is never a fucking easy thing. Freaking me out. Meow, meow, meow. Hey, speaking of freaking me out, where's my yak and Vicks? There's, Vicks is all about the freaking me out. Meow, meow, meow. Freaking me out. Meow, 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 meow. Let's see here. Let's see. Garrett says, I got to liking rum when I used to go to a strip club and order Bacardi cocktails. Eating Popeyes chicken and mac and cheese. Oh, I just had some Popeyes like 4 or 5 days ago. It was a fucked up story, but everything worked out fine in the end. Been curious to try spiced rum and grenadine. I don't think it would hurt it. I don't think it would hurt it at all. I think that the grenadine would actually help this particular rum out, because that could be the missing ingredient to it. But if nothing else, I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful presentation. I mean, I love the attention to detail. U.S. Coast Guard, Cook and Sweeney vessel, Dominican Republic, Long Island, New York was destination. Cargo, sailor, schooner type. This is batch 23, bottle 442. So, I mean, the attention to the detail that they have on here is amazing. And perhaps I'm just spoiled with the other rums that I've had, and maybe this is more kind of a nod back to old school rum. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just a snob and I have a lot of, well, I'm a ghetto snob, actually, because some of the shit I was going to talk about is super fucking cheap. Like Blackheart's like $12. $12 a bottle. So anyway, it is what it is. Let's see here. Yeah, 151 Bacardi. Yeah. Grog, rum, watered down, rum, Dr. Pepper. Merry rums are meant to be watered down. Grog rums. Adventure Quest. Oh, Adventure Quest 3D. Popeye Dirty. Yeah, Dirty Rice is fucking amazing. Is amazing. So I did a review on this on my Robert R. Ricks one, and I'm not going to bore you guys with a rehash of it, but I will comment on some stuff that I didn't know on that video, but I do know on this one. Story-wise, it's really good. My son, after that last video I did, informed me that on the PC side, you're not going to be nearly as plagued with load time as you are in the Xbox. The other thing that's kind of interesting is the fact that auto aim, if you want auto aim to work on the Xbox One, you actually have to set it to off. Go figure. Set it to off. And then even with auto aim on, when you zoom in and zoom out, it's the target is here and your aim is here, and you go to auto aim, it still has your reticle here. You almost have to be somewhat near the target that you're aiming for auto aim to kick in. So anyway, I finished it. Storyline was pretty amazing. The vastness of this game is mind-boggling. It was funny because we watched the end credits. Me and my daughter, we were watching these credits go and go and go, and they're literally hundreds and hundreds of people, if not close to 1,000 people that worked on this fucking game. I mean, it was just so many fucking names and studios and all this other shit that I was just thoroughly impressed. And I was just, The replayability on that game too is pretty fun, and it's a streamer's dream, really, because you could literally set up a channel and do nothing but stream Borderlands 3, and there's going to be some aspect of it that you could do that would just be tripping. Let's see. Backwoods. Have you tried Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head Skull Vodka? Well, they're not true diamonds. It's a diamond-like stone, and yes, it is actually one of my favorite vodkas. Crystal Head vodka was for a long time my absolute favorite vodka, but it's now second. Well, okay, let me back up. As far as commercially available vodka that you can go out and get right now, Crystal Head vodka is my favorite vodka. Period. End of story. Presentation is amazing. Taste is amazing. It's just a really, really solid, good vodka. Yeah, Crystal Head vodka, fake diamonds. Yeah, and it's not even crystal; it's a glass. It's just based off the crystal skulls. Dan Aykroyd is pretty fucking funny because there's a commercial for Crystal Head vodka, and it's retarded. Like, it doesn't really speak much on the product. It's more like what went into deciding on what the product was and the esoteric value of it. And I was kind of like, dude, it's some good fucking like if I was to make a vodka and somebody says, so Rob, what's the selling point of this vodka? It's fucking delicious. That's it. It's fucking delicious. It's fucking smooth. It's fucking great. I like it. I made it for me. If you drink like I drink, you're gonna like it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But he went into this whole. I think the commercial on that thing is like 20 minutes long. Like, they did a 20-minute fucking commercial or some shit on it, and I'm just like, okie dokie. It's good. It's good. I love it. It's a little on the expensive side, but it's good. Now, the best tasting vodka I've ever had is Electric. I think that's what it's called by Jimi. It's a Jimi Hendrix vodka. I think it's called Electric. I keep calling it Purple Haze, but it's not Purple Haze. It's in a beautiful purple bottle. I think I've shown it to you guys before. But that, and you can't buy it anywhere because the people that made the vodka fucked up and didn't clear it with the Hendrix Foundation. And when the Hendrix Foundation found out, they were like, eh. But you can buy it like on eBay and some other stuff, but be ready to spend like $400 for it. But in my opinion, it is the best vodka I've ever had. And I'm talking just clear drinking, just drinking vodka to drink vodka. That Jimi Hendrix Electric was fucking amazing. And then after that's Crystal Skull. There's another Crystal Skull out. It's got an iridescent bottle. I want to get my hands on that. Like right now, if you go in my office and you look, I have like four or five Crystal Skulls in there that I've drank. And I keep the skulls. And then what I do is I just fill them up with water and I add some food coloring to it, and it gives me colored accent skulls to sit in my office, which is really fucking cool. But it also screams alcoholic to anybody who knows what the fuck it is. Like, dude, you drank all of those by yourself? Yeah. Oh, you know what? I better fix that. So I'm realizing here that's one of the problems here. Let's go click on this, click on this. Let's bring that in a little bit so we're not truncating people's text. There we go. So let's see here. Yeah, Crystal Skull. Like, I haven't had the new one, and I don't know why there's an iridescent bottle. I don't know if it's another new flavor, but I've been trying to get my hands on it, but they don't have it here in Utah, even though I've asked him repeatedly to order it. So next time in Vegas, I'll probably buy one of those. Let's see here. Was taking a shower. My cat came in, stuck her head around the shower curtain, and scared me. You know, pets have been doing weird things in the Rick's house recently. And I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's kind of weird. Just a lot of overall weirdness. Like, I need a haircut really bad. But a lot of overall weirdness. Like, my daughter's cat who's been super sweet, just been chilling and everything else, has been suddenly like uh, just being an asshole. And I keep telling her, I think it's because your cat's becoming like a teenager. And Euxter back here, she started doing some weird stuff too. Even Daisy been doing some weird stuff lately. And I've had a few other friends complain that their animals also are doing odd behaviors. Um, and again, I think this. So this is gonna segue us into somewhat questionable, odd discussionary topics. So weather has been a little wonky lately, um, but that's whatever. That could be part of the attributed in some part to the solar minimum that we're going through, and because the solar minimum is having a reaction with our Earth's force field. Keep it very simple here. We have a lot more cosmic rays that are bombarding us, and the cosmic rays are, penetrating our skull and causing brains to act funny. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that this could also be affecting our animals, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I have been in a complete nasty funk for the better part of this year. Actually, I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, when have I not been in a nasty funk? It's been more pronounced as the last couple of months have passed, but it's been rough. It's been super rough. I have been literally, I literally feel like I've gotten my ass kicked up and down stairs, and I'm just trying to recover it. It's funny, Backwoods, that you bring up earthquake is coming, because here in Utah we've got I gotta sit like this so I'm centered on the screen there. Here in Utah we've got a fault called the Wasatch Fault, and that Wasatch Fault is known, but it's not very active. It's one of those things where we're surrounded by mountains, and we don't typically get earthquakes. And we do, it might be the one off, and it's on an active known area of a fault. Well, recently we've had probably a 4.0 that was downgraded to a 3 point something, and that was to the northern part of this fault. This fault they've actually segmented in 10 sections, and there's a couple of these sections that they've colored black, and they've colored them black because they just don't ever do anything. So they're like, it's never done it. Like, since they've been recording earthquakes, nothing. But recently it started doing shit. And I've also been tracking some really weird anomalistic earthquakes happening over near, oh, how funny is that? Near Puerto Rico, also near, where is that? Haiti. So, Dutch Sense, I think I said his name right. Dutch Sense, I think I said his name. He's the earthquake guy. I love this dude. He's like super smart. He's been calling out things that have been popping and stuff, and he was watching Utah for a second. He's like, okay, I think we're good on that. But there's been some weird seismic activity, right? So you got weird seismic stuff. You have super crazy weird weather shit going on. I mean, like, damn. Some of these rain numbers I'm looking at, like, how many 100-year storms are we going to have back to back to back? Not to mention hurricanes and things of that nature. We see these things, but then there's also these really anomalistic energy waves that we see coming out of Antarctica, shooting up and almost feeding storms. So there's part of me that thinks there's some weather warfare going on. You can't can't really prove it, but you know, you gotta wonder, right? Because we've known about HARP for a long time, and when you go back and you look at the patent notes and stuff like that the Navy had, and the Air Force and a few other of our military that was utilizing HARP, you go, huh, okay, interesting. Now, for a while there, I didn't see chemtrails. There were no chemtrails for a while. But recently, holy shit, they've been spraying like crazy. I was out last night looking up, and I was like, wow, they are patchworking the shit out of the sky right now. And then, also, kind of hand in hand, kind of in a way, with all of this shit, we see all of this political unrest starting to happen. Talking impeachment this, impeachment that, and I'm like, whatever. It's just predictable shit that we're seeing coming out of the deep state. Apparently, Trump's side is pretty close to disclosing some things that I don't think they want disclosed. And so it's really funny hearing Hillary Clinton talk impeachment shit to Trump about storing email on a separate email server, to which I'm like, what the fuck? What was that whole secondary email server you had? Is this a case of the pot calling the kettle black? So there's a lot of this really dumb shit going on right now, and you're seeing a lot of movement towards the posturing of gun control and taking our guns. And I'm just sitting there laughing because I'm like, there's no way logistically they could take the guns. I'm just sitting back laughing like, dude, they could try to kick my door in right now and be like, okay, Mr. Ricks, we're going to take your gun. In which I'll be like, yeah, come get it. I don't think so. Bang, bang. Nice try. And then they'd blow my ass away and be on a live stream, and then, other people would be reporting their shit, and it would just be chaos. Utter fucking chaos. And I don't think it's going to go there. I don't think it's going to go there, but I do think there's some seriously wonky shit going on right now. Backwoods, since some of that rained my way, we're in a drought and fire ban. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Certain areas are getting just completely inundated with water and flooding like crazy, and then other areas are becoming very arid and becoming quasi dust bowls. Then the other thing, I'm just sitting there and I'm just at a loss. Like, we're trying to hire people at the day job, and even when I had tried to hire some people back, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I would put out a job post, and I'd get close to 400 people responding back, and I'm just like, I apologize, God. I don't mean to yawn at you. But some of these people that would be posting, I'm like, you guys, working at McDonald's does not create you a situation where you can call yourself a, network administrator or a system tech or anything. Because you set up the Wi-Fi at McDonald's does not qualify you. That's probably the closest I would say to. I would almost stretch at a Mickey D's, Wi-Fi configuring motherfucker, comparatively speaking, to some of these other people, and it's just bizarre because the people that are qualified, we send them an email saying, hey, can we do an interview with you on Wednesday or Thursday? And then a whole week goes by, and then they come back and say, yeah, how about next week? Like, they're trying to dictate to us when we should do the interviews, when we have already told them Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday. Pick a day this week. Don't wait a whole week, because you send a resume to us, we'd imagine you'd be watching your fucking email on a regular basis. And it says they're watching stock market, and it was within 40 points to top 27. And Nancy had to open her mouth and it dropped. Yeah. Well, you know, the whole funny thing with like even like the stock market, right? Like it is so manufactured and just heavily manipulated. It's not even funny. But the sad thing is, there's so many people's whose livelihoods depend on that bitch. You know, doing stability. This volatility of suddenly going really super high and then nose diving. That's all bad. I mean, make no mistake, that bitch is gonna collapse. It's gonna collapse. I've been telling my mom this for like 3 years now. Mom, find a way to diversify. Find a way to have something other than all your eggs sitting in one fucking basket, because that basket is gonna get flipped. She's like, no, I'm okay. Okay, because I told her, and a lot of other people before 2008, shit was gonna go fucking south. Nobody listened then either, but that's okay. I think we kind of want to keep an optimistic mind and think that that the likelihood of something like that happening is so remote that it's outside the realm of possibility. But really, if you stop and think about it, it's inevitable. And that's the thing that always blows my mind, because we've seen it historically. We've seen ups and downs, right? Yeah, but that's what Backwoods says, once something good happens, they have to stomp on it. The funny thing is, this is all like a grand theater. It's like wrestling. It's like WrestleMania. This is a hype for WrestleMania. And most of the politics that we watch on TV is entertainment. It really doesn't amount to shit. The real decisions and all of that stuff that actually happens, we hear about after the fact. Like, they have all this noise over here while they're over here doing shit, and then once they're done over here, then it's like what was that? Patriot Act. Everybody was all in wrapped up with 9/11 and everything, that when the Patriot Act came through and was passed, nobody even mourned the loss of our civil liberties or rights. Nobody cared. And the bitch was like this fucking thick. I mean, the Patriot Act was monstrous. And then I remember there were politicians that were asked, "Did you read it?" No. I had my aides and them read it, and we had it the night before the vote. There's no way it could read it. Every big drop was caused by Democrats passing job-killing regulations. Yeah. There's definitely. I mean, the way I look at it, recently anyway, the Democrats have just lost their fucking minds. Like, they have really, really gone so far over the deep end. It's not even funny. Like, I have some Democrat friends that are like, holy shit. Like, they're tripping. Because, back when we had the neocons running the Republican Party and stuff, that was kind of funky. And then we had the Tea Party motherfuckers, which were, I didn't really mind Tea Party. I thought, whatever. But both sides are just that. Both sides of the same fucking coin. Just, they take turns playing the bad guy. And that's the thing that cracks me up. Because it's completely corrupted. The whole political system is a joke. I mean, that's the reason I decided to put the flag on my my overlay here, and I even went back to my old 1776 patch on my hat, because I hate to say it, but we're getting to a point where shit's gonna get wonky. Shit's gonna get real fucking wonky. And this email shit is driving me nuts, so I'm gonna shut it down. Boom, you're dead, bitches. Now stop. And then we go to my notifications here and say, can you not do notifications? Turn off notifications for right now. Thank you. Turn off notifications. Turn off notification. Oh, can't turn that notification off. Turn this bitch off. It's funny how much Windows just wants to fucking talk. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's the other thing that's weird. So, from a technology point of view, other weird shit's been going on. My wife was sitting here. She was over on that couch. We were talking. She had her Fitbit on. And all of a sudden, she's like, oh, it's so hot. Oh, what happened to my watch? You know, she's looking at him like, what? She goes, it just turned off and it's so hot. I said, take it off. She took it off and she hands it to me, and she's handed it to me. I could feel the heat before I even grabbed it. It felt like a little heater. I'm like, whoa, that's not good. So she contacted Fitbit. Fitbit said, oh, we're going to send you a whole new fucking watch, but we're going to send you the new version, not this one. And she doesn't like the new version because it's got Alexa built into it. And she was like, you know, I don't like Alexa. Alexa listens to everything. And I'm like, Alexa? Oh, no, you're hearing chimes. Backwoods, it's the stupid email that was going off. I'm like, Alexa? Honey, the TV's listening. The Xbox is listening. The cell phones are definitely fucking listening. The laptop over there is listening. They're all fucking listening. She was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. I was thinking about the crystal skulls, and I think a skull carved from a single piece of fire opal. That'd be neat. I don't think I've ever seen one like that. I know there were a bunch of the crystal skulls that were defining explanation. They were like, dude, there's no way these could have been done by, you know, chisel or anything else. All right, Backwoods. You be good, man. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Be good. Be good. For goodness sake, because Christmas is coming and Santa will rape. You like that? It's made a new song up for you guys. Call it Christmas Rape. Yeah, stream health is showing red. I think it's probably because my son might be streaming too. That could be the thing. Bad video, 4 seconds or less. Current crew frames are not. You know what's funny is this keyframe is the exact same as the other one, and it never cries on that. So go figure. Go figure. Probably YouTube's not happy again because I said something. I probably said something I shouldn't have. Oh, good. No drop frames though. Okay, it's just saying it doesn't like it. That's fine. That's fine, YouTube. You can say you don't like it. I don't care. All right. Now there is one thing I did note. There is a in our country right now. There is a definite concerted effort to divide us all, to make us fixate on all of our differences as opposed to things that we have in common. And it's nothing new. I've been doing it for a long time because a divided environment is much easier to control than one that is cohesive and strong. So as I sit around and look at the world we live in right now, I gotta shake my head because it's like, what the little fuck? What the little fuck? It's like there's prevalent rudeness. There's no more there's no more real moral fiber. This whole do as thou will You are the focal point. You are the perfect little snowflake. Blah blah blah. Shit has caused irrevocable damage to the American psyche. We've got a bunch of pussies running around crying about language, crying about things that they feel are offensive, and it's not even the ethnic group that they belong in. Like, I find it very insulting and ironic that so why not a cryptid crew? I don't know. It's all good. All right, Brian. You be safe, brother. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on the Robert O. Ricksman real-time story time. I lost my train of thought, guys. Apologize. But I think what I was talking about was just this immoral world that we live in now. Just the normal niceties that used to exist, the thank yous, please, etc., etc. Now it's like, oh, I remember. Hey, Vixen, what's up? Vixen in the motherfucking house. Freaking me out, meow, 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 freaking me out. Okay. So, I find it really offensive and funny when somebody from a different ethnic group comes to the rescue of a purported ethnic violation or another group appropriating another group's cultural thing. Like a girl who was enamored with kimonos, wanted to wear a kimono to her prom. And then the internet went after this poor girl, saying that she was a culture thief and she was appropriating the Japanese culture. To which other Japanese, myself included, were like, what's the fucking problem there? She's just paying props to a beautiful aspect of another culture. It's not like she was saying, oh, this is the Irish kimono and the Irish should have, do it better. It's like she was saying it's a Japanese kimono. I like it. Anyway, these fucking SJWs or these fuckheads are fucking up pretty much all aspects of America. From our comic books to our movies to fucking everything. You know what I mean? What's up, the yakety yak? He's here at last. And the vixen, But yeah, something's got to change. Something's got to change, and it's got to change soon, because if not, I'm leaving America. I'm out. If America hasn't had a civil war and fixed their shit by the time my son graduates, which is what? Well, maybe that's too soon. I can't expect change like that to happen in 3 years. Yeah, it's gonna take longer than that. But I gotta tell you, I am just super fed up, though. Super duper fed up. Like, tired of the rudeness. I'm tired of the incompetence. I'm tired of this entitlement. I'm tired of just idiocracy. Like, I write and I write and I write. I even give books away. And the sad thing is, even when I'm giving books away, even when I'm giving them away, people aren't reading. It breaks my heart. It really does. It just breaks my heart. I went as far as to create skinny, easy books. Super skinny. Not even 100 fucking pages. And I just can't convince motherfuckers to read. It's a sad fucking thing, man. It's a sad fucking thing. Let's see here. Garrett says, saw a guy in Texas dressed up as a Mexican and white SGWs condemned him. He went into the Mexican neighborhood and they either complimented him or just laughed. Yeah. Yeah. Really, it's the funny thing. The people that are condemning shit are like idiots. I have a story I'm working on right now. I saw this girl. Yeah, I assumed her gender. She had tits, okay? And I could tell by her facial features and the lack of a fucking Adam's apple that it was a girl. Okay? I saw this chick in the mall. Real stocky chick. Real aggressive swagger. Right? Dreadlocks. Tons of facial piercings. Tattoos from top to bottom. And an attitude a fucking mile wide. Obviously, I don't give two shits about tattoos. And I really don't give shits about piercings. I really don't give a shit if you color your fucking hair. I really don't care if you're wearing a shirt that says gays do it better. I really don't care about none of that. But where I do draw the line is just plain rudeness. Just plain fucking rudeness. And I was sitting there, my wife was going into Sephora, one of these makeup spots. And I don't go in. When she goes in those, I just don't go in there because I feel awkward in there because there's nothing in there for me. Like I walk in and I'm like, I'm out. So I was outside waiting. So I was chilling, just leaning back, sitting on a fucking bench. And so I'm just people watching. Just watching people pass by, get my head on a swivel, just watching them. And so I make eye contact with this bitch. And she does one of these. You know, like, this is this ugly ass face she made me. I'm like, okay. Well, whatever. But then, I'm glad she did that. Because I had a story pop in my head. And I shared it with my my daughter and my wife. We were eating dinner. And I said, I have this idea for a story. So I described the girl to him. And my daughter called the chick like Tumblerina or some shit. And I was like, no, she's not like doing backflips. She said, no, Dad, that's what they call them. Oh, okay. All right. I was like, no, this bitch definitely would have shocked me if she was able to jump and do backflips and all this other stuff like a tumbler. Anyway, I said, so I have an idea for a story where the devil is on his way to pick up a soul. And as he's walking by, he bumps this bitch. And she's like, watch where you're going, fuckhead, you cis white male, blah, blah, blah. And he's all, oh. Turns around, walks up to her, and he's like, so, let me ask you a question. And I always start my evil people like that. They always want to ask you a question. Especially like Mr. Troubles. Mr. Troubles always wants to ask you a question. Because with a question is how people get baited into conversations or revealing information about themselves. And they ask you a question. You should be very, very cautious about motherfuckers that randomly just ask you questions, because what they're doing is they're getting information, right? So let me ask you a question. Are you happy with yourself? To which the bitch said, yeah, fuck off, you know. It's like, so you think the way God created you is perfect. To which the girl mistakenly says, fuck God, there is no God. To which the devil smiles. Ah, so you don't believe in the big guy. She's like, fuck no, fuck you, right? He's like, okay. I'll be seeing you. She's like, yeah, whatever, creepy. So she goes home to her little apartment with her cat. and all of the other stereotypical things that you hear associated with tumblerinas. And if anybody is watching this and you're a tumblerina and you get mad at me, I'm telling you a story here. You can fucking ignore me and leave or whatever, but basically fuck off. Because I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just telling you a fucking story that popped in my head based off of this rude fucking bitch. So anyway, she goes to sleep. She wakes up the next morning. She's tall, athletic build, big titties, beautiful symmetrical features, right? No piercings, no tattoos. Hair is standard, normal, silky, straight, mid-back length, right? Stereotypical American hot body, right? Stereotypical. Just go real stereotypical. Think The Matrix, the woman in red. There you go. Same core concept that I'm going here, okay? So she wakes up and she looks at herself. She's like, what the fuck? She's like, wow. Okay. She goes, I must be dreaming or somebody slipped me some drugs or something. She goes to work. Amazingly, everybody doesn't freak out, doesn't say anything weird. They're just like, hey, Teresa, Becca, whatever name. Just pick a fucking name. She's like, oh, hey. And then the guy that she's been lusting after, okay, or could it be a woman, which it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Irrelevant. The point is, they're after her now. Okay? So the guy comes up and says, hey, man, I asked you out. You never said yes or no. She's like, oh, shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go have coffee then. He's like, great. He's all excited, right? So we go out and have coffee, and he's just starstruck, just staring at her like, oh, my God, you're so beautiful. And she's just eating it up. She's like, holy shit. You know, she goes back to work, and boss brings her in and basically, you know, asks her a couple of questions and about a project they're working on, and she's still assertive, you know. And she's like, you know, no, this is bullshit. This is what has to happen. He's like, I like that. I like your tenacity. I like your bluntness. And I think the investors, when they come in and talk to us, they're really going to like hearing it from you. Read between the lines now. She's not dumb. She's reading, oh, he's saying this to me because I'm sexy as fuck now. Okay? But she doesn't say anything because he's offering her a big fat fucking promotion and a lot of extra money. So she's like, okay, that's cool. Takes the money, starts to show off, talk to the investors. Investors come through like a champ. They bring the money in. Boom, the boss gives her a big bonus. There you go. She's got her pockets full of money now. She goes into a bar, right? She's used to buying her own drinks and everything. Suddenly, motherfuckers are trying to buy her drinks left and right. She's like, what the fuck? She's like, whatever. She's enjoying the shit. She's enjoying the attention. She's enjoying all of the stuff, right? So then, her and the guy from work, they hit it off. And he's like, hey, I want you to move in with me. She's like, oh my God, yeah, great. What? Oh, be quiet, you. That's nobody. Yuki, shh, leave it. Yuki, leave it. Come. Good girl. Come. Over here. Come. Leave it. Yeah, I know. I know there's somebody out there. Just ignore it. Yuki. This is why I have to do things in the living room, because if I try to bring her in my office, she barks nonstop. So something's out there that... Luke, can I finish this? And then I'll come peek at it. I know. Daddy's a rotten bastard. Rotten bastard, I know. I heard you though. Thank you for warning me. Good lass. So anyway, she moves in with a guy. She's happy. Happier than she's ever been in her entire life. He listens to her. He comforts her. Worships the ground she walks upon. And then comes the inevitable knock. She's like, what the fuck? She opens the door. There's the guy. I told you I'd be seeing you again. So, how do you like how everything is now? Her eyes widen in amazement because she's like, holy shit, she puts it together. It's because of him. And he's all, do you like this? She's like, well, I'm still me. He goes, of course. Of course you're still you. That's not the question. Do you like the new you compared to the old you? Look. She looks and there's a big stall, mirror nearby, and she sees her old self. Dreadlocks, tattoos, piercings, her. And she's like, oh, what do I gotta do to stay this way? He goes, nothing, you just gotta sign your name in blood. Right here. She's like, what? He goes, yeah, it's just your soul. But you don't believe in fucking God or anything, so what are you fucking worried about? You just get a sign right here and everything stays the way it is. You have a nice long life. You can pump out kids if you want. Live your life. Your man's rich. You got money. Everything is beautiful. What do you say? She's like, huh. Well, whatever. Because in her mind, she's thinking, well, shit. God never did this for me. Right? But if this devil is here and there is God, well, shit, God never helped me the way the devil's helping me right now. Fuck it. Why not? Pricks the finger, signs the blood, rolls it up, pats her on the ass, winks at her and says, I'm seeing you, kid. And he walks on. I hate to even think about writing a story like that. But in my heart of hearts, I cannot help but think, because I know I grew up with a lot of kids that were troubled, came from really fucked up families, abusive situations, and they were really edgy, and they were like, punks and stuff. And I had a girl, a friend of mine, she had like big giant spiky mohawks. And because of her, I learned how to make mohawks out of like glue, to make them stand out like that. And I had a lot of really good edgy friends growing up. But the thing was, they grew up. They're not adults still walking around acting like children. And that's the problem. And you can't talk rationally to these folks. Like, I've had conversations in the past. I remember one time I was at a bookstore and I was trying to have a conversation about the way that bookstores handle business. And I was basically it was like a kind of an answer to a question like, why can't I find my old favorite books? Because I was looking for a bunch of old books. They weren't around anymore. And I was bemoaning the fact that, bookstores churn out books that are only, popular and, very difficult to find the stuff that I was looking for. And this girl took offense to it. The girl took offense to it like I was talking shit about her fucking Harry Potter or something. And I was like, I didn't say anything about that. But I do note that there are like 15 variations of Harry Potter sitting on a shelf there with different spines and backs and everything and box sets and blah, blah, blah. Their bookstores are only selling what is really popular. And because there's only basically 2 to 3 bookstores now, it makes it extremely difficult for writers to get their stuff out. And it's also hard to find older, outdated stuff because the bookstores don't want to carry them. And you can't go to the libraries anymore because the libraries do the same basic shit, and they also don't have the book space to carry stuff. And there wasn't really a bad guy thing. It was more like I was venting and having a conversation, and this chick just butted her way into it. And I was like, first of all, bitch, it wasn't a conversation for you. It's for a conversation with her, not you, but with her. So get the fuck out the conversation. But you know, it's just funny to me how a lot of these younger folks now are just butting into people's business, just coming in and saying shit. You know, it's like if I was smoking a cigarette, which I don't smoke. But if I were, I could see one of these fuckers, you know, that's bad for you and it's bad for other people. Nobody wants to. It's like, okay, well, I'm outside. This is open air. It's a free fucking country. If you don't fucking like it, you fucking leave. This is a designated area. I can smoke here, so fuck you. That's why I feel bad for smokers. I do. You want to fucking smoke a cigarette and you know the risks involved or the purported risks involved? Knock yourself out. It's not my fucking business. But all these motherfuckers coming along and trying to butt into our business, that drives me bananas, you know. And I don't know. It's just bugging me. It's just bugging me. Like I want things to start to go back to the realm of sanity. We're going more and more down a rabbit hole of insanity. It's not even idiocracy anymore. It's really bordering now on complete insanity. It's like the world is going crazy. And I mean, you know, I'm not dumb. I understand that the world has always been kind of at the edge, precariously hanging off an edge of the abyss and the oblivion for a long time. But now, in addition to teetering like this, there's actually idiots in the back that are trying to push it. And that's like, damn. You know what I mean? It's like, damn. So anyway, I didn't want to do a Debbie Downer or anything, but yeah, vaping, another perfect example. Like, I absolutely hate when they blow these big giant fucking clouds, but I would rather smell cotton candy and some other bullshit than have somebody blowing a big giant weed cloud in the air and it just stinks the area up. You know what I mean? It's like I'd rather they blow that shit and I go, cinnamon sugar, that's an amazingly yummy smell, you know? And it's like, that's on them. And the fact is, I don't see the numbers really substantiating their big health scare of wanting to ban it now. I'm kind of like, you know, y'all motherfuckers are quick to legalize shit like weed, but now you're going to go after fucking vape juice without real solid clinical evidence. And that's kind of my point too, right? It's like the way that society is now, you might have one tragic event and then all the media is hyping it. 4 people died from vaping. Okay, let's find out the specifics. Did they modify their device? Yes, they did. Did they have an undiagnosed allergic reaction to something? Sure. Did they die directly as a result of the vaping, or did they die because they blew a cloud in their car and they couldn't see and they crashed? I mean, you know, the details are important. And even if it was like, yeah, there was a chemical inside of this stuff that they smoked and 4 people died. I'm like, 4 people died? You're fucking kidding me, right? 4 people died and that's what you're making us think about? Come back to me when it's up into like 40,000 or 400,000 or some, you know, a reasonably large number. And then you better show me a direct correlation to it, other than the fact that it's it's dipping into big tobacco's profits. Because I bet you if you dig deep enough, the people that are behind these trying to boycott the vapes and stuff are probably from the smoke industry. Personally, Paula says, I hate people who haven't smoked a day in their life and they say, oh, you need to quit smoking. They don't know how hard it is to quit. Yeah, I know that, but it's for the children. I get that. So instead of banning it, you do like you do with, anything that you think is somewhat questionable. Okay, increase the age to 21. But don't ban it. That's so un-American. That's fucking retarded. And if it's, there's other ways around it. If you're an adult, you're 18 years old, and you're vaping, then you're not a child. Okay. So I think one of the arguments that I've heard is, oh, it smells like candy and so kids get hooked to it. Okay, you know what? Let's call a duck a duck. They were handing out cigarettes to young kids in third world countries. They were just handing cigarettes out to these kids to get them hooked on cigarettes. And they knew that cigarettes were highly addictive, just like a drug, and they would serve future clients. And they were doing the same shit in America. I mean, there was a time period where they even had medical doctors saying that cigarette smoking was good for your throat, and all this other shit. But every time somebody says that telltale, but it's for the children, we're doing this for the future, it's like you're a fucking retard. Because really, if you're trying to do it for the children, you better work on the adults, because the adults are going to be the ones raising the children. Government has no right raising our children, but government has a responsibility to help make sure adults have the tools necessary to be able to effectively raise their children. But more and more, we see the nanny state stepping in, telling parents what they can and cannot do with their children in the name of discipline. And there is one of the other problems. You're not able to whoop your child's ass like you're supposed to keep them in line and turn them into a responsible citizen, because the government wants to control the population. They have to ban it. The black market and law enforcement needs a new product. Yeah, right. But the problem is, okay, so here's the real stupid thing. The ingredients to make vaping, the juice anyway, is, I mean, come on now. It's dumb, because what are they gonna make the vape pens illegal? Make it a thing like, crack pipes, like pipes. Like if they say, oh yeah, you're found a paraphernalia, there's a ban or a contraband paraphernalia. Like, oh, you've got a vape. Oh, you're one of those. It's like, wow, they're gonna criminalize vaping now. You see do you see what I'm talking about as far as insanity? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, making that shit illegal and then wasting police resources to arrest these cloud spewing fucking people. That's like, wow, really? Wow. And I know at least 5 people that have quit smoking, and all they do is they vape. I don't know. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. It's a water vapor, I swear. I don't even know. It's I know, the world we live in is just getting dumber and dumber and dumber. And that's why I'm glad I'm getting old. So I know at some point I could die and be done with this shit, because this is bad. This is bad. Like I write and I write and I write. I do stories. I write down story ideas. And then there's a part of me that's like, why do I even bother? Really? I can't even give my shit away. Like, I at first I tried, you know what? I'm going to build a database of people that like reading. And I'm going to give them the books. And then when I get ready to publish a book, I'm going to let them have it for free. And then after I let those folks read it, then I'm going to go out and publish it. And then people can go buy it if they want to buy it or whatever else. The problem is, out of a combined list, I have a list right now of close to 12,000. I have a list of 12,000 emails. Contacts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. All these social networks aggregate together. And out of that big-ass list, there's probably 12 people. 12 people that I personally know that have read my shit. And here's the sad thing. Out of those 12 people, maybe 9 have read something all the way through. Now, the other 3, I ask, hey, you just hate the book? You're having a hard time? I mean, what's the get down? Well, no, I just don't have time. I'm always ripping and running. I just don't have time. Okay, all right, that's fine. But you have read some. Yeah, I've read some. I like what I read, and I almost finished it, but, I have this project. But when I go on vacation next June, I'll bring you books. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. But I don't know, because just completely frustrated and flabbergasted at this point, because it just, I don't know. So I was telling my daughter, I think what I might do is start turning the stories into interactive video game type pieces. So it's a hybrid model. So it's a book, but it's a game. But it's a game that tricks you to read and maybe tricks you to hear the dialogue to continue a story. So I'm playing with that concept of trying to find a way trying to find a way to marry those two concepts together, right? Because people love video games. People will play video games and hunt for the lore about the game and everything else. And they have a hunger for it and they love it. But then you try to tell them to read a book and they're kind of like, I don't want to read a book. It's like, dude, it's the same fucking thing. It's the same content, just presented differently. Anyway, I did a longer episode today just because, like I said at the very beginning of the episode, I didn't get to do the show last Saturday. We had a big house party. My wife needed to have a party because we've been having a lot of crazy shit go around us, and she wanted to get a win. She wanted to have something that she could say, you know what, we survived this shit that we're going through right now. We're going to celebrate. And I was like, all right, I'll just do my show next week then. It's fine. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll be doing a real-time story time tomorrow. That's not going to change. I'm excited to do that. There's also a part of me that's thinking, I want to sit down, I want to write, but every time I start writing, I get this really, really huge angry streak that flows through me where it's like, I would rather have 100 people read my book and 100 people say, I fucking hate your book, blah, blah, blah. I didn't like the character's one-dimensional. Give me constructive criticism to help me perfect my craft. Then to have literally hundreds of thousands of people that have seen the post not even download, even attempt to read one book. It just, I don't know, it just blows my mind. Like if any one of you guys had a post up, said, hey, I got 6 books for free. Anybody want to check it out? I would check that shit out, and I would let them know, and I would comment, and I would share it. I would do everything in my power to help that out. And I know a lot of you guys do that with me. A lot of you guys, especially like Lyra. Lyra is relentless. Lyra is like my road dog. Like I am so thrilled to have found Lyra. Same thing with like Yak. Same thing with like Garen. I see when you guys share my shit and stuff like that, and it means the world to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get real frustrated when I cannot even compel people to read shit that I have designed specifically for them. This is not like, oh, hey, I wrote a fucking Harry Potter book and I want you to read it. No, I wrote a book about a demon chasing a motherfucker down and trying to ass rape him. I made shit that people with really dark fucking humor and everything else should be able to get behind and go, holy shit, fuck. You know what I mean? I've made stories about the government, MK Ultra type shit mixed in with some really cool urban fantasy. I have made alternate reality stories of 1985 Oakland mixed with robots, to give people a sci-fi feel. It just goes on and on and on, all with the effort of trying to get people to use the most important organ in their body, fucking brain. But anyway, what do we got going on here? Polymer, the COPD, and asthma use a lot of albuterol. Too bad you can't vape that. I don't know how vaping works. I think there's a heating process to it, so I know there's some things when you heat it changes properties, and so it might not be a viable thing. Although nebulizers, I've used nebulizers and stuff like that on my son back when he had really bad breathing things, and I think it was albuterol that we used to have to nebulize for him. And I don't know if that's the same process as vaping or not, but it did turn the medicine into like a vapor that we put a mask on, he's able to breathe. So, there could be some beneficial uses of vaping that if the government would get the fuck out of the way and let companies innovate, might not only save lives, but make people's lives better, right? Coming soon, why no, officer? This is a vape for my marijuana. I would never use it for nicotine. Exactly. That's the insanity. That's what's fucking stupid. Vaping caffeine. I want to do my caffeine the good old-fashioned way. Before they try to ban this, or like they used to try to ban this, always trying to intervene and save us peasants from ourselves. Anyway, I've done enough Negative Nancy for one night. I'm going to cook some dinner for my kids. And then, I don't know. I'm going to ask my eldest daughter if she wants to watch a scary movie or something. And maybe we can just watch something else. I've already beat the Borderlands 3. And so, if I get back in, it's just going to be playing to, do some other stuff. But I got other stuff to do. And I'm done playing the games. The game was good. It was a good escape from reality. But it's time to jump back in and figure out some next move. Because, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, part of me doesn't want to write anymore. But then there's a part of me that's like, dude, who you fooling? You got to write. You got to tell stories. It's in your fucking blood. You got to do it. So I'm like, all right, fine, fucker. I'll keep doing it. And I got like 5 stories I want to write. I don't know. But we're also, me and the daughter are getting into video game development. We're starting to fuck with Unity and some other things. And so maybe there'll be some tutorials on how to use the tool, how to write shit, how to make things work, and go from there. But as far as this episode, done. We're finito. I'm going to play with the dog, feed the dog as well, and call it a day. Because I feed the dog at 8 o'clock. It's 8:04. That's it. That's it for now. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell your friends far and wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, please be good to yourself, good to each other. Go out, live life to the fullest. Ride the bus till the wheels fall off. Get some scars, find some love, have some adventure, and all that jazz. And I'll see you motherfuckers next time. Again, real-time story time is tomorrow. Angry Jackalope Show will be next week. And I'm going to start trying to figure out some ways to do quasi-reviews of stuff. I know Brian had mentioned doing some response videos and some stuff like that, and there was I think he had looked into what you can and can't get away with, and so maybe that'll be a fun thing to do. Maybe I'll just take you guys a request of some things that you would like me to do a response video on. So if you guys want to leave a comment in this video, if I see enough of those, then maybe what I'll do is I'll do an episode where it's like, okay, motherfuckers, let's check this shit out. This was sent by such and such. He wanted me to see what this is about. And maybe we'll do a response video for some videos and music and some other stuff. All right? All right, guys.